Like I said, this is Richard with Stash House Entertainment. I've been over here for about a year. I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, South Side. I started off in public housing in Philadelphia, the state of brotherly love. And it was cool, man. Bartram Village. My dad was studying medical school, and my mom was an artist. We grew up, we moved to the Midwest. Long story short, I'm on hard times, but I'm coming back, man.
What kind of household did you grow up in, Mr. Richard?
Upper middle class.
Mom and a dad?
Oh yeah, mom and a dad together all their lives.
What did they instill in you growing up?
Honesty, truth, hard work, hard work.
What schools did you attend?
Lutheran High School South and some colleges, St. Louis University.
Siblings?
My sister Cindy is deaf.
You ever been married?
No, never married.
Children?
No, I wish.
Okay, so what happened after high school, Mr. Richard?
I was like studying acting and I was a musician. I was just a dreamer. My problem, couldn't get good weed. The DEA was shutting everything down. Now I got my shit. Excuse my language. My stuff, my stash. So I'm cool.
So when did you get introduced to that lifestyle?
At right about 21. I was doing alcohol. When I was on marijuana, I was cool and productive.
What jobs have you held over your lifetime, Mr. Richard?
Mostly sales. Not much recorded. I did some small, dealing coffee beans.
Okay, what got you into sales?
The desire to help people out. When you sell something, man, you can make a lot of money, but you see the windows. I mean, I'd make 600, 700 bucks in a week, and the finished product, you see an old house like that, new windows, man, I'll be putting them in here someday.
What have you seen change from the time you were a kid till now, Mr. Richard, as far as the times and the dangers of the times? Like, what have you seen in your lifetime? Can you tell us? Just take us through.
I would ask one question of anybody. Are you happy right now? I'm not. The government's not working. Republican, Democrat, I'm an independent now.
What do you remember growing up as a kid? What are fond memories for you?
Oh, the blues. I mean, we didn't have much money, and my dad took my sister and I to blues games. I saw Plager and Unger play.
What did you take? Did you ever play any sports?
I played some. Running was my main thing. Cross country and track.
What made you stop?
I was in college and couldn't compete.
So what have you been going through over your life? Like after high school, what caused you to fall on hard times? What was the situation or series of situations?
I would say my parents struggling with the system, the effing system, and my mom was hospitalized over and over again for depression, mental fatigue, and they pumped her full of chemicals. Prescription drugs don't work. Marijuana, some alcohol, and tobacco, that's what works.
So you're anti-system?
I am right now. I'm anti-system big time. It's not working.
What's your relationship like with your parents?
They're both dead.
What was it like before they passed?
Oh, I mean, real close. I took care of my mom until she died. My dad took care of himself. We got together once in a while, and that was it.
What was it like losing both of them, and how has it changed you over the time?
I wish they were still around, but that's the thing. I've got to take care of myself, meet a special woman, and maybe have a family of my own.
What caused you not to get married or have children?
Didn't meet the right woman, and now there's somebody I'm interested in.
How long have you been on the street?
3 years, off and on.
What caused you to be on the street?
It was strange. My sister and I were evicted because we couldn't prove our proof of income. And we got evicted from Marlboro Trails in 2019.
And where'd your sister go?
She's in the bars. I guess she's doing fine. I'm trying to track her down now. We got separated.
What was your relationship like with her before you guys got separated?
Rocky. And then when we got separated, it was nasty, man. I mean, I had to scoot because I just wanted her to be taken care of.
What caused it to be nasty, in your opinion?
Yeah, she just couldn't handle it. I mean, she was breaking down mentally, and I couldn't. She's deaf, and I was signing to her. Tough.
How was that having a special needs sister? Like, how was that coping with that?
Actually, it made me better. I mean,
How long have you been out of work?
1860, about 2 years.
What was the last job you had?
1860 saloon in, I can't remember, by Broadway.
What caused you to start working there?
I just wasn't making enough money. I just wanted to move on, do something creative.
So what have you been doing for money since then?
I get Social Security, that's it, and I hate it. Social Security disability for manic depression, whatever.
So how are you coping with your manic depression on the streets?
With my Curabana, some sativa, some indica, and then I've got 19 crimes, the Cali Red, good wine, man.
How do you keep safe? Like, how do you stay safe out here on the streets? What are some tips that you can give somebody who might be thinking about going on the streets or, walking away from everything? What would you tell them?
Be cool, and don't have much baggage.
How does one stay safe out here? What are the safety tips you can give?
Just be cool. Don't be afraid of people. You don't have to be afraid of black people. I don't know why the South County, we didn't have African Americans out there. Now I'm cool. I'm living here. If I get millions of dollars, my sister apparently has a lot of money right here in this building. Forever.
What part of South County are you from?
South County Afton.
Okay. And you didn't grow up around any African Americans?
No, none. I mean, none.
What was your first experience with African Americans?
In Bartram Village, when I was like 5 years old, we were one of the only white families, and those people were beautiful, man. I mean, beautiful.
What kind of culture shock was it?
It's hard to say. I wasn't, because I grew up with it, and I'm used to it,
So not growing up around them, how did you kind of adapt to being around them after you were the only one? You became the minority, literally.
Right on, and they did not mistreat us. It was after, when Martin Luther King was killed, man, I mean, black people were fed up. They were just like, we don't want to talk, we don't want to deal. Just leave us alone. And we were like, man, that's sad.
Was it tense for you during those times?
No, it wasn't. I was safe, I mean, the cities were just falling apart. When I traveled to Chicago, I went to the South Side. The streets, it wasn't dangerous. The streets weren't marked. I mean, I went for blocks, I didn't know where I was at. And liquor stores, that's it.
Describe some experiences in Chicago. That wasn't dangerous for you?
No, it wasn't. I mean, when I get in a black neighborhood and they look at me like, wow, just, wow, it's nice to see you.
So you've never had any problems on the streets?
Never, not one.
And that's by keeping a cool head,
Right on, just treating people with respect and nodding. Don't say good morning or something, just nod, man.
When did you learn that? Like, how did you adapt to that coping mechanism?
When I got to 5th and Missouri, it was like, chill out, man. You got too much energy.
So, have you met any good people?
I've met a lot of good people.
Met any bad ones on the streets?
Talking confused, and then you meet them later. I had a guy hit me here, 12 seconds, and came in there and said, my bad, I don't even remember. I said, forget about it, I've done worse.
Where do you get help from on the streets in East St. Louis, Mr.
St.
Richard?
Vincent de Paul, and from the government, Social Security. I get plenty of money.
What kind of assistance does St. Vincent de Paul provide for you?
Food, clothing, a shower now and then, comfort. There's a gentleman up there, Lamont Calor, I call him Commander Calor. He is cool, really cool.
How has he helped you?
Keeps me in line. Keeps everybody in line. Big, gorgeous black dude, just really authoritative, cool.
How long have you known him?
Ever since I came back here. For the last 9 months, I've seen him.
So
there's other people up there too, working hard.
So what is the aesthetic at St. Vincent de Paul in your opinion? Like, is it a cool spot, or can it take some improvement in your opinion?
It can take some improvement.
What could they improve on?
On getting IDs and getting access to the administration back there. You sit out there, you eat your meal, and then it's tough to get back and find things.
Is it frustrating?
It's very frustrating.
So how would you propose someone get past the frustration and just kind of wait it out just to get their business out?
Well, right now, what I'm most interested in, what's my sister doing in the bars in a Republican state, and how do I register to vote? Voting, I was listening to a speech by Mandela. He talked about crying, and we have to vote at a certain date. I think he said it twice, to vote.
Yes. So if you could go back and talk to a younger Mr. Richard, knowing what you know now, what would you tell him?
Don't lay off the weed and get a job. You know, you've got to get out there and do something. Stop dreaming about it.
If you want to, in closing, Mr. Richard, if you want to say anything to anybody who might be looking for you, worried about you, wondering if you're okay, now's the time to say, speak your piece.
My piece would be, I've got music, I've got access to the library, the computer, and tonight I'm listening to Wild Man and Monday Night Metal with Casey. That's my comment.
We appreciate you taking time out with us, Richard.
All right,
Thank
right
you.
on.